So I'm going to make a little apple butter here. Thanks for paying attention today. I've made apple butter for a number of years. I had a restaurant, or I had a bunch of restaurants. And one of the restaurants we did the apple butter as a part of our breakfast. And it was something that was very, very popular. In fact, we packaged it and we sold it. And a lot of customers enjoyed it. So I'm going to show you a little bit what I did, what I'm doing to make that. I don't have a restaurant anymore. I'm out of the restaurant business. I am just a retired guy now, and I'm at my cluttered house, but I'm going to cut some of these apples up. These are actually Gala apples. The kind of apple that you get really is kind of inconsequential. This is not a good season for it right now. So I got the ones that were just the best money. They're just over $1 a pound at my local market. And so what I'm doing is preparing these apples by just taking the core out. And the way I do it is just with my knife. So I don't know if I can hold the camera and do that at the same time, but we're going to try it. So what I did is just cut it in half, and then I'm going to cut it in quarters, and then I'll take those. I can't do it, so I'll take those little quarters out, and all I'm doing is taking out the seeds out. Now these were going to go to my chickens, so I'm not going to throw those away. But what I've done is I've started by starting a crock pot behind me. I'll show you the crock pot. Well, here's the crock pot. And there's a few apples in it. They're oxidizing a little bit already. I've got it on a high setting. So I'll show you all the ingredients and show you how this goes. So this is 3 pounds of their Gala apples, Gala apples. And I de-seeded them, cored them, and cut them in little quarters, and then put them in my crock pot. Now, this is not a huge crock pot. It's probably a 5 or 6 quart crock pot, but it's the one I'm using for this, and it works very well. I've got it on high. I just put it in there without anything in the pan. Just put the apples in there, and the spices that I put in there I've used are cinnamon, sugar, and a little bit of molasses, and something that might be a little surprising, but that's apple or pumpkin pie spice. Pumpkin pie spice has a little nutmeg, some allspice, clove, and cinnamon. And so I'm going to put those things in there anyway, but it makes a better, easier shortcut for me to do that. Now, a lot of people like clove in there. Clove is, in my opinion, a very dry taste, not something I like. So I've got about 3/4 cup of white sugar, granulated white sugar, 3/4 cup of brown sugar. It's a light brown sugar. That's what my market had when I was there. And about a tablespoon of molasses. Now, molasses is some things kind of what they spray on sugar to make it brown sugar. One of the things about molasses, one of the things I like about brown sugar, and one of the things I like about molasses is that it's hydroscopic. Hydroscopic means it likes water. So whenever you marinate anything with brown sugar or with molasses in it, it sometimes will make it a little bit more moist. We'll talk more about that later on. Anyway, this is the apple here. It's on a small crock pot. It'll be here. It's about 10 o'clock at night, and it'll probably be ready about 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. We'll look at it then. Well, here we are 9 hours later, and this is what the apples have returned. Become. You see them the right color. You'll see them cooked down. There's a lot of moisture in there. And what we're going to take is an immersion blender, which is this, immersion blender, and mix it up. So what we're making is apple butter Gonna really be like a sweetened applesauce. So we're going to take this in it. See, all the when I make sure that when you do this, that you're putting all the peel into the apple. The peel is where the pectin is. Pectin is part that makes it a little bit stick to itiveness. You see me just moving it around and mixing these apples so they become this consistency. And that is an apple butter consistency. And that is how we make apple butter. Next thing I'll do is take this and put into sterile jars and eat it. Give it to friends and let them eat it. Enjoy.